The sleepless nights have started happening because you don't know how to get your budget to stretch to decorating the wedding decor within your wedding. I'm here to tell you that I had a client that actually only spent $200 with my help to design a wedding that the guests wouldn't stop taking photos of. As a professional wedding planner, many of my clients, including you, many of my brides and grooms, stress over the fact that when it gets closer and closer to the day, the budget gets tighter and tighter. They've spent money on things that they didn't think they needed to spend money on, and now the actual feel, the actual decor of the wedding is going to be sacrificed, and they are really quite worried. So I will be looking at some notes today. If you see me looking over, I'm going to give you three tricks that you can do, 3 hints that I have used many times with my couples as their budget gets tighter and tighter. Let's the magic begin. So, trick number one. Trick number one, I'm going to read just the beginning of it. This is called the wow moment. I wanted to make sure I said those words. That's why I wanted to read them out. The wow moment. The wow is how to get people with minimum decorations to go, wow, this is amazing. You must have spent a fortune. And how we do that is we concentrate on one main thing. What I mean by that is so many of my couples, so many of you people out there want to decorate the whole venue as a whole. They want to decorate absolutely everything from go to woe. If you concentrate on one wow piece in the whole place, the guests don't realize that there's minimal decorations on the table. They don't recognize that there's not tons and tons of decorations around all the corners of the building and things like that. Or if it's a backyard wedding, they don't recognize that it's a backyard wedding because they are mesmerized by this wow factor. What we do here, the trick is we use a singular item. I love using arches because you can use an arch that will be approximately 2.5 meters tall by 2 meters wide. So it's a fairly significant structure. And this structure you decorate with flowing curtains and LED lights and flowers, which you can either get from your garden, or what you could do is hire some of mine, because I hire out flowers so that they can preserve their budget, and put it into the decoration. This would later in the night become the photo booth wall, where you can put up a sign that says, take your photo here. Set your iPhone, set your mobile phone up here to get a photo for you to remember our wedding. This is our present to you. And the advantage of that is, for a lot of favors, this is kind of not in my tricks. A lot of people don't take the favors home. They just don't. So if you want to save some money, think of a way to give them a special memory. What better than a special place to take an amazing photo with their partner, with their family that have come to celebrate with you? So that's my trick number one. How do you think, put it in the chat if you want to, you could use this to decorate your wedding so that people are going, wow. The other thing is you could string LED lights that are hanging from trees that are going into it, so they kind of look like they're going through a canopy. So that's trick number one. Trick number two. Okay, I've just got to turn the page to make sure I get trick number two. It's thrift store or $2 and $2 shop magic. What's a thrift store? In Australia we call them op shops. In other places, they call them thrift stores. Different states call them different names. It's a secondhand shop where people have given up. Much of that is for a lot of favors. This is kind of not in my tricks. A lot of people don't take the favors home. They just don't. So if you want to save some money, think of a way to give them a special memory. What better than a special place to take an amazing photo with their partner, with their family that have come to celebrate with you. So that's my trick number one. How do you think, if put it in the chat if you want to, you could use this to decorate your wedding so that people are going, wow. The other thing is you could string LED lights that are hanging from trees that are going into it, so they kind of look like they're going through a canopy. So that's trick number one. Trick number two. Okay, I've just got to turn the page to make sure I get trick number two. It's thrift store or $2 shop magic. What's a thrift store? In Australia, we call them op shops. In other places, they call them thrift stores. Different states call them different names. It's a secondhand shop where people have given up their treasured things, their treasured love bits. And you can take these treasured love bits and incorporate them into your wedding. I got a whole collection of vases the other day because I fell in love with them. They're little crystal seed vases that I wanted to use for decoration because I was doing a photo shoot, and they were so magical. They cost me a total of 5 vases, cost me a total of, I think it was $8.50. They were so cheap, and they're actually crystal. They're actually, because crystal's not fashionable at the moment. For a wedding, it creates a sparkle, and if you put LED lights around the bottom of it, the crystals of the vase, the cut in the glass, sparkles even more, which makes it even more magical. I had a bride that kept expressing her fear that her wedding was going to look and secondhand and lower, just not special in any way, because people were going to judge her that it was, all the things that she had collected were from the op shop. She rang me up the next day with this amazing story that melted my heart. I can assure you it so melted my heart. What she did was, she said to me, guests kept coming up to me and said, "Who decorated your wedding? This is absolutely magical. Nobody would believe this is a backyard wedding. How did you get them to turn a backyard into a magical wedding venue?" And she said, "I did it myself. I did it with the help of Beryl, and together she taught me how I could have the confidence to take some thrift store, some op shop finds, and turn them into something magical." She also took me to the $2 shop and showed me how you could take $2 shop items and create them into something magical. And this story, as she was telling it to me, I thought it was so special. It really melted my heart that she took ownership of creating a venue, creating the wedding decorations because of the passion that she had for it. So now we're going to talk about what do we call them? Trick number 3. So I'm going to turn the page. So I am passionate about LED lighting. I will be the first one to say I love LED lighting. I think LED lighting is so magical, and if you use a warm light, it's got this absolute magical warm, it's like a big blanket that you put around you, because you can hang them in trees, you can put them on tables, you can wind them up branches, you can do all these different things that you can do within your wedding. And they create an atmosphere of little fairies dancing through the garden. So I love LED seed lights. The reason I like seed lights is they're really tiny, and when they're being placed in a bush in the background, they look absolutely magical because they're just fine little lights that are sparkling through the bushes, and they give a magic that as the sun's going down and the lights are coming on, people can walk around the garden. They can sit and have a chat underneath a tree that might be covered in LED lights, or they sit near the harbour in trick number 1 and put that thing together, just getting this idea of love and why they're actually there. They're there to celebrate. You can put them around. You've got this makeshift dance floor that is either on the veranda or it's in the grassed area, and everybody's dancing, and you've got a ring round the garden of all these LED lights. The advantage you've got, you can use both battery and you can use powered. If I was to do a big, long, we'll say 20-metre section, of course battery lights are not strong enough to keep going through that whole distance, and they will run out of power quite quickly. You could put multiple lights out, or you could run one series of lights from your outdoor power socket. So, and can't you see how magical this could be for your wedding? So I want to challenge you to put in the chat below, what trick do you think you could borrow off me as a professional wedding planner? What trick am I giving you permission to dress your backyard up with? For it may not be for a wedding, it may be for something else. I'm giving you permission to put in the chat which one, and if you've watched this in the past, give me a photo. I'd love to see a photo. In the next video that is following this one, I will be teaching you how to use LED lights, basic greenery table decorations with minimum flowers. The greenery is going to come from your neighbour's yard or your mum's yard or your yard, and we're going to decorate them up so that you can have the magical wedding you want without spending thousands and thousands on florals. Thank you.